As a student, have you ever walked into an exam feeling like you really had your act together, only to sit down, look at the first few questions, and feel a rising sense of panic?
As an instructor, have you ever spent hours crafting what you think is a perfect exam, only to have your students do much worse than you anticipated?
Both of these scenarios occur because of what we call a calibration gap. This is the gap between what students and instructors think is going to happen on that exam and what actually happens. The gap between what students think they know and what they actually know.
And this gap exists because much of conventional instruction doesn't provide students or their instructors with opportunities to build a clear understanding of what students know and don't know about the course content.
This challenge, to accurately judge our ability to complete a specific task, such as successfully pass an exam, is a hot topic in education research and one that has seen a lot of press recently.
Students with smaller calibration gaps typically do much better on exams and earn higher course grades.
But imagine there was a tool that both students and instructors could use to help combat this issue head-on and shrink the calibration gap.
A tool that not only measured student knowledge of the content, but also calculated how accurate they were in predicting their performance well before they sat down to take an exam.
A tool that would be able to identify specific concepts that students knew well, but more importantly, could also point out what concepts where they struggled the most and where their calibration gap was greatest.
Students, wouldn't you like to better understand how you can minimize uncertainty, accurately recognize gaps in your learning, and be better prepared for exams?
Instructors, wouldn't you like to know where your students were most inaccurate in their learning in order to adjust your teaching accordingly?
We are geoscience instructors and education researchers who are fascinated with this phenomenon, and we set out to develop a tool to help our students become better learners.
So, utilizing research findings and our own experiences teaching large science courses, our team began developing CLASS, or the Confidence-Based Learning Accuracy Support System.
If you're a student, CLASS prompts you to estimate your confidence when answering quiz questions provided by your instructor. These questions are grouped under explicit learning objectives linked to key course concepts.
You immediately get feedback about your answers on individual questions as well as your performance on the key concepts. And CLASS calculates your level of confidence and how accurate you were in predicting your performance.
This allows you to accurately separate the concepts you already know from the content where you have the weakest understanding. This makes studying for exams much more efficient.
Rather than spending the same amount of time on everything, CLASS allows you to identify the content that needs the most attention and the content you already know well.
If you're an instructor, CLASS can give you an accurate picture of how well your students' knowledge matches up with your learning objectives or goals for the next exam. You can find out what they're most uncertain about, where they're overconfident, and where they may need a bit of extra help.
CLASS can provide you this information so that you can generate targeted interventions to impact any deficiencies.
CLASS provides an opportunity for students and instructors to be more intentional about their learning.
By encouraging students to think about their learning as it's happening, CLASS can help them improve their self-assessment skills and be more confident in preparation for exams.
By providing instructors with a straightforward way to measure how well students are learning critical course content, CLASS can help an instructor create a more effective teaching and learning environment.
CLASS seeks to close the gap between what students and instructors know and what they think they know to make the teaching and learning experience more effective for both populations. So, sign up on CLASS, try a few sample quizzes about the Earth, and see if you can close your calibration gap.